Stafford Street corridor. And these are telling you, oops, these are the recommended stormwater control measures by building type. So your building type is across the top here, whatever you're building, then you go to the side and here's your type of control measure you can have. If it's green, that means, wow, we really like that. Why don't you go ahead and do that. If it's blank, that's a bad measure for that type of facility. So the engineers, again, can look at here and say, you know, what their options are. And then this one is stormwater control measures within the building site. So where can it be located within the site? So you have your side yard, rear yard, so on and so forth, and then your measure down here. And again, the same thing. If it's blank, it can't go there. If it's a dot, then that's a method that can go in that area. So now I'm going to get to our community outreach, what we've been doing lately. First year, and this is part of the MPDES permit compliance. We've always done some type of community outreach, but we didn't feel it was sufficient, so we hired actually a nonprofit firm out of Chicago to set up marketing campaigns for us. And the first year we did a leaf collection, 3 trifold brochure that you opened up and had the map of when the leaf collection would be in your area. Your zone is on the map, and then the dates at the bottom as to when they would be in your area. And then you could open it up and get instructions as to where the leaves should be raked. And then we also included stickers, so you can put them on your calendar. Like you would know on Monday that week you would have your leaves collected. Maybe over the weekend you could rake them and get them into the right area. So what we don't want is the leaves raked into the street. It gets into the catch basins, which then flushes downstream and creates algae and fish kills. So we want the leaves to be kept basically between, usually it's the curb and the sidewalk, that tree lawn area and the grass area, that's where we like the leaves to be kept. So in some areas like Muirfield, we don't have curb and gutter, so it's just on the grass areas where we want it to stay, and then our folks will come in and take it. And then last year, as part of the leaf collection, we went ahead, instead of doing the flyers that are mailed to folks' homes, we had volunteers that walked around and put these door hangers on people's doors. Another thing we did this year, and I have flyers out on the table, is fertilizing. A lot of folks think that in order to have nice, bright green lawns, you have to fertilize 5 to 6 times a year. We don't feel that's necessary. We feel if you do it properly timed throughout the year, 2 or 3 times, you can have a nice, decent lawn. We also provided instructions as to what the makeup of the fertilizer should be. The big thing is the phosphorus. The phosphorus is what then washes down into the creeks and the streams and, again, causes algae and fish kills. So those flyers are on your table. Please take one if you want one. And another thing we did this year was the rain barrel program. We offered several classes over at the rec center, actually 6 classes. We had 105 folks attend. Anybody in here attend? Shamrocks for you. And we subsidize the price of the barrel. This is a 65-gallon rain barrel. Usually runs around $100. We subsidized the price and added a workshop and charged $48. So it was a wonderful program. Like I said, we had about 105 folks attend throughout the city. It was limited to residents. Next year although we got a lot of complaints about that, a lot of other people wanted to attend the workshop, so we decided next year we're going to try to figure out how to get other folks to be able to attend the workshop and get the barrel at maybe a reduced price. We can't subsidize like we do for our residents. And then this was the other barrel that we offered that was a 50-gallon, so a little bit different. You had the 2 options. So basically this just hooks up to your house, and then you can either fill it with watering can or the hose. And the water from there, the plants like a lot better. The gentleman from Rain Brothers who did our program explained that at the State House, or the Governor's Mansion somewhere, I can't remember which it was, they had put in a perennial garden, a native perennial garden, so a yearly garden that has plants from around Central Ohio. First year it died because it wasn't getting rainwater, it was getting city water. The next year they put in half of it with a rain barrel and half of it with city water, and the rain barrel side flourished, and the city water side did not. So plants just absolutely love natural, non-chlorine, non-chemical drinking water. They like the regular rainwater. And another coworker told me that she uses the rain barrel water on her orchids. That's the only way that she could really get her orchids to grow well was with the rainwater. So here are some of our next steps. We're going to continue with our leaf collection, trying to get folks to rake the leaves into the proper location. We've had a good response to that. When we first started this program, I think we had 10% of the residents raking the leaves to the proper location. Now we're at about 30. So we're getting the awareness out there and getting folks to understand that there's a reason why it should be there. The fertilizer brochures, we just have those out everywhere. Everybody's welcome to take those, and then we're going to, again, go through with the Rain Barrel campaign next year. We're going to add a campaign in 2014 about watering your lawn, how to properly water. We get a lot of overwatering costs more because you're using city water. It's drainage that goes into the system that doesn't really need to be there, and your lawns just don't need it. They need an inch a week, I think it is, and that's the program, is that if you had a cat food can in your lawn and you watered till that was full, that's all you need for the week. And then we're also going to do landscape maintenance for commercial sites, so they understand how to manage their sites better. We did do a survey, a community survey several years ago, and we're going to redo a survey hopefully in 2014 to kind of see how our outreach is working, if people are understanding things better. And then, as Michael mentioned earlier, we've got the Mike Utt River cleanup on Saturday, August 17th, and there are flyers on the table about that as well, so please help yourself. And that was all I had, so I will be happy to take any questions.